Okay, we're going to be playing a league now with Jeremy Desarni's GP-winning Esper Control list. I've changed one card. I put in a second search for Azcanta just because I love this card, but other than that, it's essentially what he ran in the GP. Took down the GP with. Alright, we need more lands than this. We need way more lands than this. Good start. Good start. Sure. This game's going to be a tough one to win. We do have a lot of card advantage in the deck though, so we should be able to rebuild. Oh, we get... one of the things I was curious about was like how good this deck was against the green decks, so it's kind of nice that we should get a decent answer to that question. Like, Vinemare is a very scary card, but it feels like Desarni's list is quite well prepared for that card. That is quite possible, George. That's a good shout. Jeez. Oh my god. This game is somewhat tilting. The Syncopate just always being one short. Yeah, I feel like this is pretty rip us. Uh-huh. I'm not sure I'd quite go as far as calling this the nut draw, but it's like... I mean, this is just like what all of Green Stompy's draws look like, right? More or less. Or it always feels that way, anyways. Alright, so that's exactly 8. Yep. Alright. Let's not mull to 5 this time. So, Vizier seems very good against big green creatures. That was a very close game. Highly interactive. I guess we want this detection tower. Honestly, is just like a 7/7 flash good in this? I kind of want the Forsake because I'm scared of Bestiary and all the removal. I think Teferi might be quite bad. It's kind of hard to protect Teferi. We can like cut a land for the detection tower, cut this Field of Ruin. Syncopate Negate's really bad too, huh? Yeah, just like try cutting this stuff, I guess. We can get some amount of card advantage from the Viziers, so I don't mind cutting a Glimmer for that reason. I think that seems reasonable. I think I still like the search for Azcantas. Maybe I could trim one search in this matchup though. I do have a feeling that Chromium might just be like really good. They just can't attack through it ever. They can't attack through it ever, and then it closes quickly. I'm gonna try this. I'm kind of sideboarding at random here, just trying things out. That's fine though. This kind of makes sense to me. Yeah, Detection Tower as a sideboard card is cool. It had not occurred to me that you could just run it in the board instead of having to have it in the main deck. Makes it feel like a lot more justifiable when it's not like damaging your mana game one. And even gets to like replace Field of Ruins in sideboarding. I guess I'm keeping this. I'm gonna plan on cycling this farmland, I think, because I need to find another black source. Okay, I think I'm interested in playing this Fetid Pools though. It's the second black for Contempt, which is really nice. Now we can keep a creature off the board, the heart doesn't get crewed anytime soon. Just like counter every threat for the rest of the game. Yeah, that one I'm pretty interested in countering. Jeez. Kinda scary. Right, yes, now I play the farmland. Now I have this Gearhulk in hand. Yeah, I get to Contempt Nissa, and then have my... Oh no, they're returning a Khan. That's brutal. Jeez. I guess I get to Gearhulk Disallow the Khan, so this is fine. I can Contempt Nissa, and then I have Gearhulk Disallow up. So this is actually just like completely okay. They get to sack the Nissa here. The Heart of Kieran to stop me gaining life. Yeah, which they do. But I still get the Nissa off the table. Ooh, Teferi. Huh. That's interesting. So I could go Teferi, tuck the heart. But then they get to resolve a Khan. I'm not sure what's correct here. Hey there, Leviathan. It's nice to be back. I'm enjoying it. If not for the existence of Blossoming Defense, I could like plus and hold up Fatal Push. But I don't think... No, I don't think I want to do that, Freed. Because of Blossoming Defense existing. It's either Teferi minus or it's Gearhulk Disallow. It's like one of those two. I think I'm just going to hold up the Gearhulk. They're just not casting anything. Interesting. Guess I'm just gonna pass back again. I feel like this sort of holding pattern favors me. Except now they can have Duress up. It's fair. Yeah, they are nucleo. Agreed. I think now that I've drawn the scatter, I'm just gonna cast a fairy minus on the heart. Then I have scatter up for a creature. If they play Karn, I can Gearhulk Contempt. Curious. What are they casting here? With them having Karns and Nisses, maybe we want some number of Negates in our deck. I don't know. It's kind of tough. Like, Negate's so bad against, like, their core game plan, but... Alright, I'll happily scatter this. Just, like, trade my spell for their spell. Whilst we have a Teferi ticking up. Seems great to me. And then I get to Gearhulk, Contempt the Karn, and have Disallow up. Don't know if I'm keeping this land or cycling it. Apparently it doesn't matter. Opponent's just like super done with this game. Understandably. Alright. Well, that went well. Maybe I want this Sorcerous Spyglass. They have Karns, Nisses, and... yeah, Karns, Nisses. The Spyglass could be good enough. Kind of interested in it, I think. It's like a bit awkward against Brontodon. But I think it's probably good. Yeah, and Heart of Kieran, that was the other one. I was trying to remember. Yeah, I think the Spyglass is good against that list of threats. Cut a push. I feel like push is pretty good. I guess it's hard for us to enable revolt. I still think I want the pushes though. I guess Chromium on the draw could just be too slow. Like, my intuition is that Chromium is good against them, but... oh, I kind of want to cut a Syncopate on the draw, I guess. Since they, especially if they have a Llanowar Elf draw, they can, like, get out in front of this pretty well. I think I want a Negate over the Chromium on the draw. If I was on the play, I think I would still want this, but on the draw, having more answers to Planeswalkers seems decent. Like, cheaper answers. Chromium's kind of an answer, but very slow. intuition for Chromium. Jeez. Alright, Llanowar Elf draws are scary. Assume this means we're seeing a Steel Leaf champion this turn. Seeing a Heart of Kiran, okay. Huh. I could just kill the Llanowar Elf so they can't cast a Con next turn. And like disallow whatever Planeswalker they play. I'm just wondering whether I have to just like cast Search this turn to guarantee I hit my land drops. Is the concern. This is kind of rough. I'm feeling pretty far behind at the moment. On the other hand, they could miss their land drop. That would be great. Okay. Elephant has hit the battlefield. Right, if we hit the 4th land next turn, we're in a great spot. Because we're going to have Vraska's Contempt up, plus Glimmer. If we brick on it, we're probably just dead there. Ugh. This is weird. I don't get this. Surely they'd want to have the Kenra pump itself and then they'd hit us for 7. I don't really understand this sequencing, what it could mean. Do we have to counter this? I really don't want to, but I might just have to regardless. Otherwise I take 6. Oh, can they play Gouter with the pump? Huh. They can play Gouter. And then we could counter Gouter. But so if we let this resolve, this becomes a 6/6. It hits us to 10. But then we have Contempt for the Heart of Kiran. Honestly, I think I just have to counter the Kenra and hope they have like nothing else. Otherwise I think I'm just gonna die here. Just to like fair creatures hitting us. Like I don't think I'm able to beat like Planeswalkers this game. Because I just need to deal with this plan. Okay, that's a great draw. If I Contempt the Elephant, they cannot crew the heart. Alternatively, I can pass the turn and they can cast something to crew the heart and I can take the heart down. But like, the heart just always needs something that can actually crew it. I think I'm just main phase Contempting the Elephant. Again, it's rough if they have a Planeswalker. I just don't feel like I can beat a Planeswalker this game very easily though. I imagine that is correct, yes, Mike. I have actually said that before, but Alright. Well, if we hit a land here, awesome. So what are we doing? We're definitely casting Teferi. Like, I kind of feel like I need to cast Gearhulk next turn to win this game, right? I need to Gearhulk Contempt next turn to win this game. Glimmer for push, yeah. That's kind of what I'm wondering for you. Do I just Glimmer for my land drops and my fatal pushes? Rather than casting Teferi? I think that might be the line. Blossoming Defense is still played, as evidenced by our opponent's graveyard. Jeez. Vraska's Contempt's really good, but if they yeah, I know we die to anything that crews heart. There's not much to do about that. I'm aware that we're dead to lots of cards. Do I want to keep this? So, let's say they just, like, brick. Let's say they have a Blossoming... No, I can't beat a Blossoming Defense. Let's say our opponent bricks. What could they have that's a brick, though? They didn't play out their land drop last turn. Even. I think I have to bottom this, sadly. Just, like, dig for my land drop for this Gearhulk. Okay. Right, so now we're guaranteed Gearhulk next turn. So if we survive this turn, we have a chance. It's like pretty unlikely we survive, but yeah, that's fair. That was awkward. We just kind of stumbled a bunch that game. If the Teferi was a Scarab God, we'd have got to just like slam Scarab God on 5 to block the elephant. I'm still not convinced you need to splash for Teferi. It's part of the thing. Like, Teferi's very good. You mainly just need Teferi and Control Mirrors, but against all the creature decks, Scarab God is just as good. Yeah, I find that a bit weird, Breed. I guess people just figure that, like, by the point that you're, splashing for Teferi, you're, like, doing it because you think Teferi is better than Scarab God. Which, like, I don't think is necessarily clear, but I think Scarab God is very underrated in Standard at the moment. The card is just as absurd as it always was. I guess I have to hold up Essence Scatter here. I need to hit my land drops. I will die if I don't hit my land drops, but yes, I'm just crossing my fingers to find some. Yeah, I like Corey's Blue Blacklist. I would like to try out something like that, I think. So awkward, if I Essence Scatter another creature, they just return the Scrounger. No, I'd also just like to try out an actual blue-black control list, like what I played at the RPTQ. At the moment we're playing decks testing for Nationals this weekend, so we're playing a bunch of Standard. I played Turbo Fog earlier and lost a bunch of it. I am now playing Jeremy Desani's Esper list, which is not going terribly well, but we're mainly just mulliganing a lot, so can't say that we've like really learnt much. We are playing good decks and I draw bad hands. That is an accurate description. Right, that's a good draw. So I couldn't really counter a Soul Scar Mage because then they just get back the Scrounger, which is like even more damage. If I hit an untapped land, I get rid of the Chandra, and then maybe I can claw my way back into this. That is not an untapped land. What decks am I expecting the most at Nationals? Lots of black-red. I don't know that anything else will be nearly as played as black-red. Yeah, there might be quite a bit of fog. People seem fairly high on fog. I think black-red will be the most played deck by like a lot though. Alright, this one I probably have to counter. I just get this back though. I take 5, I go to 4. I Contempt Chandra, I go up to 6, and then I die. Yeah. I mean, the Esper mana is already not great. Even before you add in board wipes is like part of the problem. Right, what cards do we even want to board? I guess we want... Spyglass isn't even good, right? Because they only have Chandras that it hits. So Spyglass seems kind of bad. Ballista is probably a bit slow, sadly. It might be fine, but... yeah, none of the Shard mana is great, for sure. These are like the only two cards I'd consider. No, I'm not in love with either of them, but... honestly, our main deck might be like pretty close to what we want to be presenting. Maybe this Negate should become one of these, but they're going to be bringing in like discard spells. Should make the Negate not like terrible. That's interesting, Loki. I really like the tokens decks. I'm not sure whether they're good or not, though. I don't think I like Spyglass. We're pretty good at killing Chandras already. And, it's just really awkward if you cast Spyglass and you don't hit, like, a threat that's in their hand. So you typically want, like, maybe 6 decent targets in their deck. I guess they could have Bloodfast, which would, like, bring them up to, like, 4 or 5 decent targets. But, like... I don't know, my attitude towards Spyglass is if you're not outright shutting off their card, it's not doing enough in the matchup. So, like, naming stuff like Hazaret or PNLR or whatever just isn't very exciting. So, let's go first. Let's keep a 7-card hand. That's a good start. Definitely playing at least one of these Fetid Pools. Makes the other Catacombs come in untapped. We might end up cycling the other one though. Depending. Awesome. So now that we've drawn this, pretty happy just cycling this Fetid Pools. I think we're very likely to find a 6th land in due course. I kind of want to find more cheap interaction. Almost F6 there. This freaking card is such a nightmare. I keep having to counter it just to like not get run over. But they only end up bringing it back anyway. It's like ridiculous how problematic Scrap Heap Scrounger is for these blue-black decks. I wish there was 2 Nucleo. They really need to print some sort of enchantment that it can be trapped under. I know the Grixis decks get Magma Spray, which is nice. Magma Spray seems very good against Scrounger, obviously. The other option is that black Infernal Reckoning, the black sideboard card. Hits it as well. Yeah. Spyglass turns off Scrounger, but then you're trading like your Spyglass for like not even half a card. It's just kind of disappointing. Yes, I need to kill this courier. And hope that they don't have anything else to crew the heart with. No, if I kill the courier, they just get back the Scrounger and crew the heart. I'm completely off this game. This is the worst. Yes, I have to kill the heart, right? Otherwise I'm just gonna die. Like if I kill the courier, they just like crew the heart. They don't have black mana. Good point. Good point. Sorry. I'm being very silly. You're correct. So if they can, like, brick for a turn here, we're actually fine, maybe. Gearhulk gets to block Hazoret. Fatal Push gets to kill the heart. Strange. Oh, are they just planning on burning me out with Hazoret? Hoping that I don't draw a Vraska's Contempt? Heh. Yeah, they get to like burn me and bring back Scrounger here. Exciting. I'm pretty sure I'm just meant to get rid of the Hazoret now. And then I get to Gearhulk Contempt next turn. And Gearhulk like gums up the board. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Scary. Neither of these games have felt particularly competitive. I feel like I'm just getting mauled alive here. Right, back to wondering what deck I'm meant to play at Nationals, apparently. I guess I'm going to be playing lots of blue-black mid-range on the stream, huh? Alright. I either draw all of the lands or none of the lands. Yeah, we've definitely not been drawing great, I'm aware. If I get really stuck at You Can Lend Me New Perspectives combo. I'm pretty opposed to playing New Perspectives combo, I think, when everyone's jamming a million counter spells into their deck for, Also, didn't New Perspectives combo get a lot worse? Now everyone's playing Sorcerous Spyglass, because you just name the untap cycler, and then, like, the combo doesn't even work, right? I assume that has to be a huge problem for that deck. The fact that everyone's playing a bunch of Sorcerous Spyglasses. Nice. Yeah, the fogs don't work because of insult injury as well. Like, the deck's just randomly way worse because of Turbo Fog existing. Just, like, picks up a million pieces of splash hate. So we're against Turbo Fog in the O2 bracket, of course. As encouraging as could be. I kind of want my 5th land for Teferi next turn. Probably going to find one off this Glimmer though. I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep this. I think a 5th land sounds pretty great. It is deeply concerning that all 3 Turbo Fog players we faced today have been O2. Just like Turbo Fog is getting murdered online. Just looking for counter spells here. That's pretty good too. Gets rid of their search. I don't think I can slam Teferi. Then they get to slam theirs, but I'm really good at answering their Teferis. They could have Supreme Will up is the problem. Like, the way they've been playing indicates Supreme Will. Like, getting our Teferi countered and letting them untap. Seems really bad for us. Okay. Why would they care about our Glimmer, Freed? I'd much rather, like, counter a relevant card than counter card draw. Especially pre-board when, like, the control deck has lots of dead cards in it. Alright. Disallow seems good. We have Contempt for if they land a Teferi. I'm actually kind of tempted to cast my Teferi now. There's a chance that they just have a counterspell for it, I guess. If they don't, it probably wins us the game, though. And, like, even if it goes badly, I can just Contempt their Teferi. No reason to do anything here. I guess. It's really awkward. The game... I have Search, opponent has nothing. That's fair. It's just really awkward, because once my opponent has 7 mana, they get to start casting Nexus on my end step. And then things start to, like, spiral out of control. So, like, casting Teferi on the turn before they can start Nexusing me is kind of nice, I think. Yeah, I think I'm still going to cast this. I'm just, like, quite scared of Nexus next turn. I think, like, once they can start Nexusing on my end step, I just, like, never get to tap out like this anymore. Yep. I actually want that land. It lets me hold up Disallow while still taking the Teferi off the board, right? I should be doing this in that upkeep, I guess. This is fine though. Right, so they're going to Nexus on our end step to start eating through our counterspells. They have an unlimited number of Time Walks, whereas we have a very limited number of cancels. So, like, it essentially ends up giving them the long game. I might just have to let the Nexus resolve, honestly, and, like, hope they don't have too many Planeswalkers in hand. Just, like, try and counter the Planeswalkers instead. I don't think I can afford to fight over the Nexus. It's just a losing battle. Deal. Just cycling their Time Walks. Alright, I'm pretty sure I have to cancel this. Just, like, hope they don't have anything too threatening for their next turn. Yeah, fight over Nexus with Syncopate makes a lot more sense, for sure. Like, getting the Nexus out of the deck permanently is actually relevant. as opposed to just like putting it back in so they can keep drawing it forever. That's a Teferi. Jeez, that's brutal. Yeah, we do not have a way to remove Teferi currently. I don't think I can fight over the Glimmer. I think I need to fight over the Nexuses, right? Maybe we're just meant to like hope that they don't have a Nexus and disallow this though. I don't know. I feel like I need to fight over the Nexuses now, rather than card draw. With Teferi in play, they already have a lot of card draw anyway. They can probably find whatever they want. I would probably fight over like a search specifically, but yeah, I can't let them untap with that in play. I will just lose the game to it. Right, they don't have 7 mana here, so they can't Nexus us. We can go Gearhulk, Contempt the Teferi, and just hope they don't have a Supreme Will. Like, getting the Teferi out of play means, they aren't drawing 2 cards a turn anymore. Jeez. Okay, okay. No Supreme Will. Good. Right. By Teferi. So we're through 2 Teferis and a Khan so far, right? Yeah. You can definitely have the Root Snare, I guess. Yeah. Start like eating through fogs. Yeah, they likely don't have any more Supreme Wills left in the deck. Agreed. I'm just gonna play as if they don't have any more. Okay, so we draw Search this turn, which means if we untap next turn, we're actually in like a decent spot. I guess we'll both have Searches active, but I guess we both have Searches active, except their Searches are kind of better. Their Searches get to find Time Walk. Is this better than blue-white? I have no idea. It's part of why I'm trying it out, to try and find out. I don't know, I always liked blue-black's matchup against blue-white. Like, Duress is pretty nice against the blue-white decks. You're gonna have Time Walk mana up at the end of turn. With 4, 5, yeah. So they're gonna have Time Walk mana here. So we could just die. This matchup feels much worse when playing it from this side. Whenever I played the Fog side, I felt like I got so lucky to win games. But like, I'm getting murdered here. It doesn't feel like it's been particularly close either. It's just so hard to have enough answers. Like, I feel like I've drawn like a decent number of answers. I've drawn a Contempt, 2 Disallows, a Gearhulk, Teferi, a Forsaken. It's just not been enough. Yeah, there are a lot of dead cards pre-sideboard. The thing is, when I was playing against Esper with Fog, I always felt like I was better post-sideboard than pre-sideboard even. Because I'd get to board in like 12 cards against the Esper decks. Whoa, we're untapping. What the hell is even happening? How are we untapping? This is absurd. In what world do we get to untap here? Alright, I doubt a single disallow is going to be enough, but it's certainly something. Look for Contempt. It's fair. I guess they have enough mana that they can like double time walk over the top of my Disallow. I'm doing okay, yeah. I'm feeling pretty happy and positive. These leagues have not been going great, but in like a life sense, I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, they can actually cast 2 Nexus in a turn here if they've drawn a second. Looks like they're just going to activate Azcanta instead though. Huh. They're passing the turn back to me. Interesting. I mean, I have to counter this. If they have another Nexus, there's like not a lot I can do about that. Yeah, I have no idea what to play this weekend. Feeling pretty lost in Standard at the moment. Turbo Fog have felt amazing to me on the weekend, but the couple leagues I've played with it since have not gone particularly well. Alright, I can Contempt both their walkers. That's pretty nice. Turbo fun. I'm not sure I'd go as far as calling it the best deck. It's like a good deck though. For sure. So if we Contempt both of these, they still have 1 win condition left. The question is, do we bother Contempting the Khan? Or do we just like Contempt the Teferi and try and Contempt the other Teferi? Yeah, they have another... We might just have to hit the other Teferi. Try and just like make sure they can have a sticker Teferi in play. It's kind of awkward because they can still go infinite with Azcanta. Oh, I'm stupid. I messed up. I messed up really badly. If I didn't attack with the Gearhulk, I could Contempt both Teferis. And then like I force them to Teferi minus on my Gearhulk. So that the Khan tokens can actually attack me. I think if they're smart and they minus on the Gearhulk, they probably still win. But like, It's not clear that they would just minus on the Gearhulk. I think lots of people would like end up plussing. That sucks. Yeah, I think I was meant to just leave the Gearhulk back rather than attacking there. Just so that, like, it makes it really hard for them to attack through with Karn tokens. So Nexus of Fate, sure. I guess I have to give you the Glimmer, because I need to be able to cast this Contempt. So they have a third Supreme Maw in the deck. We have to hold this Contempt for like the other Teferi. I think we're just dead. I think we actually just can't win this game. I could try and time my opponent out, but that's just like really bad content. And also not particularly interesting to me. Like, I could try and time my opponent out by contempting the Karn and forcing them to kill me with like the decking way. But that just sounds awful for everyone involved. Rather just like not do that. Right, we need Detection Tower for Carnage Tyrant, I guess. Yeah, we didn't see Charter Courses, which is very strange. Turn 2 Siphoner seems great, agree. I'm very excited to have access to Siphoner. Why did I bring in Yahenni's expertise? Pretend I didn't do that. I guess I just have to take out all the pushes. Ballista? I don't know. I'm not convinced by Ballista. I think Ballista seems a bit clunky. One land out, yeah, we should take out a land. Agree. Take out, I don't know which land. I'm just going to take out a land at random and hope it's fine. I think I want the Field of Ruin because they have Azcanta. Need to cut one more card. Ballista stops them from attacking my Teferi. That's fair. I'm not sure I like it better than any of the other cards I have in though. Is part of the problem. Maybe I don't want Spyglass, maybe I just like counter Karn and exile Karn. Spyglass feels a bit narrow, only hits 2 of the cards and they're like 60. Yeah, Forsake is for Search for Azcanta. Let's just fire off this Duress, I guess. Try and stop them getting a search into play. We boarded in a land. Sad egg. So we like replaced the land with a land. I boarded in the Dragon because it trades with Carnage Tyrant, which is a really hard card for us to beat. It's just like a wonky answer to Carnage Tyrant. Oh, I am not... Wait, they don't have a blue source. Jeez, I only just realised that. They don't even have a blue source. What card would you take out for the extra land, Sadeg? have no idea which card we're taking. I guess I'm just going to take the Glimmer. They have like a million counter spells in their deck. Post board. They kept I kept that hand earlier too, to be fair. On the draw. But it's certainly looking pretty awkward. Alright. I guess I'm just gonna cycle this garbage. Can be correct, muffins. Situational. It's kind of a marginal thing though. Like not something to really actually stress about because it's probably not going to make a difference most of the time. Kind of need to find a counter spell or something. I think I'm just going to cycle this. We don't need more white mana anyway. Okay. That means I can kill Baral, which is something. Exile Baral, rather. Or not. Or they can just have lots of blue mana. Right, I'm going to try and exile Baral in Upkeep, I think. It's like pretty bad for me if they have a Teferi. And I exile the Baral, but the Baral is really problematic. Yes, I can just do it on end step, right? That's probably fine. And if they have a Teferi, I get to go Contempt, Gearhulk Contempt. To try and take down the Teferi. Yeah, Baral's less problematic now than he is on like turn 2, for sure. I would agree with that. Interesting. I mean, it also just makes their like deck really efficient, right? And gets them to, lets them like loot away lands into spells, which helps them play a better long game. I'm gonna do this in response. If they want to Supreme Will this Contempt, then they end up tapping their forest. And now I have Gearhulk Contempt up to get rid of a Teferi before the lands untap. Khan, okay. I get to Gearhulk Contempt that, which is pretty nice. Underneath their Supreme Will. There's honestly an argument for landing Teferi here. I'm plussing. I kind of don't hate that. I like how... I don't hate this. This like Teferi plus aggressively. It goes up to 5 loyalty. They can hit it down to like 3. But then we can use the extra mana to get Gearhulk through a Supreme Will. It's kind of awkward if they Supreme Will into a Jace's defeat though. Which I guess is like my fear. And like getting a Gearhulk in play is really good regardless. Just like have a clock on board. Can pressure Planeswalkers. Yeah, Teferi plays through Supreme Will in a couple turns regardless, for sure. I don't know if I'm cycling this Forsake. I have a Disallow for an Azcanta anyway. I guess it's reasonable to do that then. Cool. The game's going to go on a while longer, so I don't think I want to Forsake a Gift. I think they're going to draw into mana in due course anyway. I think I'd rather just like dig towards my 8th land drop. No Stone Rain count, I know, right? I'm betraying the Stone Rain counter. Alessia would be very disappointed in me right now. Right, they've used the Supreme Will. I could just cast Teferi, but I also don't know how I lose with 3 counter spells up and a Gearhulk attacking them, so there's that. I can probably just be patient. Interesting. Yeah. Yes, this is punishment for... If I hit an untapped land, I can get rid of this. Alright, I need to hit an untapped land here. God damn. Alright, this still deals with it. This still deals with it. This is still fine. Everything is still A-okay. Because I can counter this. Oh no, I can't. They have to let them... I have to let them flicker it. But then I get to disallow the return trigger. Yeah, I almost did that, Mike. I almost did that. I'm... not the smartest. But I get to disallow the return trigger, which is great. I could disallow the activation, but I might as well disallow the return trigger, right? Because then they don't get to draw an extra card. Alright, this is probably a good turn for Teferi. With them only having 1 card in hand. Sick. Alright. Before we start game 3, I'm going to head to the bathroom a sec. But then we'll hop right in. I guess we're keeping this. It's kind of dirtly, but it's probably fine. Like, no plays until turn 3 is probably not that unusual. Welcome to every hand I keep, Nucleo. Alright, another land is nice. Please no brawl. That one's good too. What is mulliganing, and why would someone do it? Wow, no third lander up. We have a chance. Alright, let's murder him. I think I want to play this tapped. I could hold up Disallows forever, I guess. Whilst, like, I grow my search for Azcanta. Just developing my mana properly. Seems nice, though. Yeah, that is the sole purpose of mulliganing, Phil. To find your Bazaar of Baghdad. Ooh, this is a nice one. I would like to draw that Duress. Jeez. I am fighting over this because if I can take another counterspell from the hand, I might get to resolve Teferi. Interesting. Oh boy. Shit. Khan is good, I guess. This is so awkward. Maybe I was meant to just, like, keep holding up Disallow. This, like, does not... Yeah... We can take the Supreme Will and hope they brick on an untapped land. To be fair, that deck has, like, 8 tap lands in it. The chance that they find an untapped one isn't, like, super high. I don't know. It's really tempting just to take the Khan. But I guess I take this. How lucky have I been today? Unusually unlucky, Phil. Normally I'm luckier than this. On stream at least. Huh, they didn't bin the card. They chose to keep it, so I guess that means they've drawn a counter spell. So yes, I'm just gonna, like, hit my land drop here. And pass the turn. Like, there's no way they keep a card there unless it's a counterspell, right? And then we get to Glimmer on end step. Siphoner. These are some very reasonable cards to keep, I think. Really into both of them. This is also a decent one. Jeez. I do need to find another land at some point soon, but this is looking good for us. I guess they have a backup search in hand, so maybe the Forsake isn't actually that great. I don't know, and try and like counter the backup search. Sure, Glimmer resolves. They went top, bottom off the Glimmer. Right, I can Forsake end of turn to like try and get counter magic out of their hand as well. Sick. It didn't go red with turbo turns, partially because opponents scooped really early, and partially because we lost a lot. Turns out that when you lose a lot with that deck, you don't actually go into the red clock very much, as it happens. I just want to use up one of these Disallows because they're so expensive, I guess. Now I get to use up the Syncopate, which is great. Untap, slam Teferi. Easy game. Easy life. Actually kind of interested in a land, I think. Lands are great. Especially with like Teferi active and Azcanta active. Just like gonna have lots of things to use our mana on. Yeah, opponent is done. That Siphoner was pretty good. Jeez. It's like drew us 2 cards very easily. Thanks, Bobsy. I'm hoping it goes well. I need to find a good standard deck. I'm feeling pretty confident about the limited format. I need to do like another day of drafting, but I think by the time I've done like one more day of drafting, I'll be feeling pretty good about limited. I'm unsure about standard, but I'll find something. Interesting. I'm gonna bottom that in the dark. I already have Sorcerous Azcanta that's really good in control mirrors, so I don't think I need the Negate. Eep. Yes, we both have this very messed up card in play. Play some garbage fog deck. I really like Turbo Fog, but I still don't have like an accurate read on how good the deck is. I need land drops, but I need to flip search as well to like keep up with their search, so yes, I'm binning this. I meant to play the Glacial Fortress to rep Disallow, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. It's not going to change anything in any meaningful way. Interesting. Ether Hub. You heard red decks may be good. I'm just really bad at playing the red decks is the problem. It's like a big part of the problem there. Like my win rate with the red decks online is just like appalling compared to my win rate with like any of the blue decks. Pretty much. So we were talking about this earlier, and I think New Perspectives gets massively punished for the existence of Turbo Fog. Because, all the cards people are playing to hate on Turbo Fog also just hate on New Perspectives. Like, Sorcerous Spyglass turns off the cycling Vizier. I'm gonna do this end of turn. Obviously all the Duresses and stuff are awkward. That deck also runs Haze of Pollen, so that gets, like, hated on by Insult Injury. It feels like the existence of Turbo Fog is not good for New Perspectives. Also feels like I'm gonna lose because they have a Field of Ruin. I guess they're just straight blue-black, right? Most likely, if they have Ether Hub as well. Yeah. So their Azcanta gets to flip properly and ours doesn't. It's just like really awkward. Any idea if Grixis can survive rotation? I have not thought about that at all, if I'm being completely honest. Losing Scarab God is kind of brutal. Scarab God is like a big part of the motivator to play that sort of deck, I feel, but Bolas is still great. I don't know how many Scarab Gods Grixis is even playing nowadays, but I just really love that card. Yeah, this is a good spot to Gearhulk them, for sure. Spyglass does turn off cycling. Yeah, because cycling is an activated ability. A bit like how you can use Pithing Needle against, like, Street Wraith in Modern. That's an aggressive Gearhulk Contempt, jeez. Kinda okay with that. Think I'm playing this land. Think I'd like a tiny bit more mana, rather than holding onto it to cycle later. I do need to find a Disallow to protect my search from the Field of Ruin at some point, but... Oh, they do have Teferi. We're just getting, like... I guess we can just try and Contempt it. We couldn't even do much against the Teferi anyway, holding our mana up. But we are getting kind of punished. That is a good card. Jesus. Okay. I will keep the Disallow. Do I fight over the Teferi now or in their turn? Fighting over it now plays around Syncopate really well. Yeah, fighting over it in their turn means I run into, like, double counterspell, which I otherwise, like, get to ignore, but means I get to tap down some of their mana on their turn. It's not obvious which is better. I think I'm gonna fight over it in their upkeep. It's, like, really bad if I lose the fight, but I guess if I lose the fight, I have, like, a shot at Gearhulk Contempt in my turn, if they don't have a scatter as well, so they kind of need, like, 3 cards to keep their Teferi in play. I think this is fine. Sick. That is very good for us. Awesome. Now I get to untap. I guess I flip search here. It's kind of tough. Like, if I flip search, I'm committed to trying to save it with the Disallow. I don't hate just, like, getting my scry value every turn for the rest of the game. Or for, like, a little while. Until I feel more able to protect it. George did interview me for that. I assume my one will be, like, the last one posted before Nationals. Because that would make some amount of sense. Which is interesting. Do I have any interest in countering that? I kind of hate countering the card draw, if I'm honest. I get to resolve my own Glimmer if I let this resolve, which sounds decent to me. Whatever. Right. Sick. Seems great. Teferi incoming. Sure. So they get to, like, syncopate this, I guess. Okay, got a Disallow out of them. That's fine. We kind of need a land here. We need to, like, Gearhulk Contempt with Disallow backup. Or we could just draw this. It's also great. It is also great. I'm going to do this now so they can't syncopate it. I guess they'd have used Syncopate if they had one on their turn. I guess they get to, like, Gearhulk counter this though. If we wait, yeah, I'm just going to do this now. Like, kind of sucks tapping our mana on our turn, because then if opponent fights over it, they have all their mana on their turn, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Awesome. They are just passing the turn back. Delightful. Less delightful. They've drawn all three Teferis. It's really rude. It's really rude of our opponent. Yep. How many Disallows are they through? Is it just the two? It's just the two Disallows, okay. So they still have two more left in their deck, most likely. And they must have an Essence Scatter in their hand by now. I don't think I can win this game anymore. I think I'm probably too far behind now. They, like, almost assuredly have an Essence Scatter by this point. Three, 6, 7, 8. Yes, doing this now plays around Gearhulk. And, like, with them having a Teferi in play, trying to tap down their mana in their turn doesn't actually accomplish much. Yep. That's true. We don't care about the body on the Gearhulk very much, I guess. It's more that, like, letting them be able to Gearhulk counterspell gives them, like, a greater number of, outs to answer countering our Gearhulk. I don't know how relevant that is, but... Teferi. I guess we draw that. Just like keep jamming answers at them. So now they get to go Gearhulk, Glimmer, redraw the Teferi, cast Teferi. But we've got the cast down to kill the Gearhulk. So the Gearhulk doesn't get to kill our Teferi. Sure, that is fine. Could actually flip this, just like draw towards a counterspell at some point. I think I'm still getting a lot of value off the scries though. I can probably just wait. Thanks, Alex. I'm really happy about how Brussels went. I like almost want to cast this Gearhulk. It's probably just going to get scattered whenever I cast it anyway, if I wait too long. But yeah. Okay, I can now Field of Ruin their Field of Ruin. Force them to use the Disallow on our Field of Ruin most likely. But if it resolves, then like I get to go wild with Search, which seems great to me. How was Brussels? Brussels went very, very well. I ended up coming 17th. I went 12-3 with Turbo Fog. Interesting. So which order do I sequence these? It's like not obvious. I guess I do it this way to make a Syncopate worse, maybe? To make Syncopate like a touch worse. Oh wow, it's just resolving. Jeez. Surprising. Sure, that is fine. Yeah, the hand must be really weak. We have to be aware of, like... We have to make sure we don't deck. But we currently have a fair number more cards than them. So I think we're going to be fine. Yeah, this all seems fine. Agree. We just have to make sure we don't deck, pretty much. And then we should be in a very good position. So, like, we just have to make sure we always have more cards in our library than our opponent has. And as long as that's the case, we should win this. Because we're just going to kill all their Gearhulks now. Because they have 2 Gearhulks left as their only win cons, most likely. We have like a lot more removal than that left in the deck at the moment. Sure. Teferi goes. Alright, I'm just going to take the Essence Scatter, I think, because it answers a Gearhulk later really cleanly. Like, all we want to do is make sure we can't die to Gearhulks and then we can't lose the game. I don't want to actually cycle this, because cycling it means we can take 1 less card off Azcanta, so I might as well just play it. I'm not taking a Fatal Push, because it means I can take 1 less card off Azcanta. I just want to find things that actually answer Gearhulks. Alright, Negate and Vraska's Contempt are both good. I guess I just take the Negate. Now I can probably just afford to like sit tight for a while. Don't actually need to do anything now. We could Wags, I could be keeping track of it. If I was playing in paper I would probably do that, but online, like, I have to be somewhat conscious of clock. It also just probably isn't great content for me to be keeping track of my library, but I could know, like, the exact order of my bottom however many cards at this point. I could be, like, resorting them by using Azcanta over and over, so that I can draw exactly the card I want. I doubt it's too relevant though, I'm fairly sure the opponent just can't win from this position. With us having, like, 2 more cards in library. And enough answers for all their win cons. At the moment they're just buying time. They're F6ing every turn. They just want to, like, eat through our clock. Which is, like, very reasonable. Oh, it's Yuya's handle. I think you're correct, actually. That's kind of sweet, playing against Yuya. Cool, I did not realize that. Thanks for pointing it out. That's kind of cool to know. I don't know that this matters. But I'm also going to have to start discarding to hand size soon, I don't know. Nothing even matters. Opponent has conceded. Sick. Alright. Get to board in sideboard cards. Possible we want the tower, just as like a 28th land. I could see that being the case. Like, all of this stuff seems varying degrees of good. Viziering Gearhulk is unlikely to be a thing, I think. But it's kind of cute. Alright, Syncopate's really awkward on the draw. You need to cut 4 more cards. Jeez, so many cards. I want to cut some amount of this removal. I want to cut like 2 removal spells. Like maybe a Contempt and a Cast Down. I don't really want all my answers to Siphoner to be 4 mana as part of the problem, which makes me kind of want to keep in a Cast Down, I think. Scatter's very nice against Gearhulk, but I can probably cut 1. I need to cut 1 more card. I don't really know what the final cut is. All of this stuff seems really good to me. Forsake, no. Forsake answers Search for Azcanta. I'm not going to cut mana in a Control Mirror. Especially not when I'm boarding in a 7-drop. I don't know what the final cut is. Like, all of this stuff is good. Probably the options are like a scatter, a removal spell. I guess I can cut a Contempt. That's probably fine. I'm like mostly looking to counter Teferi or Duress Teferi, right? Rather than spend a spell once it's already drawn a card. And then the Detection Tower. I think I'm going to board in Detection Tower once I see Chromium. But like not in the dark, because not everyone is running Chromium. Mulligan. Keep. Bottom, because I already have plenty of lands. Okay, I guess I can wait on the Fetid Pools. If I draw a couple more lands, I'll probably want to cycle it. Chromium is like a Control Mirror Breaker. It's just very, very hard for Control decks to deal with. Siphoner as well, jeez. We get to Forsake the Search though, and opponent's missing land drops. So I think we're in a fine spot here. Play this Fetid Pools, pass of Disallow up. Pretty soon I'll get to flip the Search, hopefully. The Siphoner's like kind of threatening, but I feel like we're kind of at parity at the moment with opponent missing land drops, even if they have a Siphoner. Standards, honestly, Chantal, we're losing a lot. But it's going okay. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, the Forsake was great there, for sure. We really need a cast down for the Siphoner. I'm just going to dump basically anything I see to try and flip this search, so that we can have some card advantage too. I also think I'm just jamming this Teferi, because if they spend a counterspell on it, it just flips my search for me sooner, right? I get punished by a Forsake or another Siphoner, I guess. But I think I'm at risk of falling behind if I don't do anything here. So cool. Not punished. Negate's really good, but I just want to flip the search really soon. Okay. Well, next turn search flips, and then we can start like catching up with the card advantage of the Siphoner. And try and find some removal for it too, whilst we're at it. Another Siphoner, Jesus. Hopefully there isn't... If there's a counter spell to protect this, we might actually be in quite a bit of trouble. There is not. That's good news. Actually not opposed to keeping the Glimmer. They didn't have a counterspell to protect the Siphoner. I think I'm still going to wait to do stuff on end step though. Taking 2 damage and letting my opponent gain in energy isn't too concerning to me. Like, as long as we can get this Siphoner off the board at some point soon, we're probably big favourites, so the damage only matters if the Siphoner stays in play. Vraska's Contempt. Deal. If this gets countered, there's a chance we get to Gearhulk Contempt. Sure. Am I willing to go for Gearhulk Contempt? I might just want to keep activating Azcanta every single turn for the entire game. If I get go Gearhulk Contempt and it gets Essence Scattered, it's just so bad for me. Yeah. I think I just want to activate Azcanta this turn, like I've been doing. So I probably just pass the turn here. They get to draw another card off the Siphoner, but that's fine. We'll get it off the board sooner or later. It does seem decent, Bobsy. You're not wrong. Does good work in these mirrors. It's a search for Azcanta. Let's do this, I guess. Cool. I I guess I just have to negate this, right? I could Glimmer instead to use my mana more efficiently. And then next turn have like Gearhulk Forsake with Negate backup. That's kind of reasonable. It's kind of reasonable. Lets me like Glimmer for more land drops. Yeah, I think I'm into that idea. Just like uses my mana better, where my mana is my main constraint here. Since I've got like all the cards I could want with the search for Azcanta. Okay. Disallow's great, and I think I'm going to bottom the Azcanta. Jeez, Duress as well. How much mana do I have? I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can need on Duress and see what is going on. Okay. So I think this turn I'm going Gearhulk with Negate backup, kill the Azcanta. I don't know what card I'm taking though. Probably this Teferi is the most problematic thing if they hit a 5th land. Yeah, it's probably the Teferi, right? Okay. Yeah, the hand is resilient for sure, which is to be expected. My opponent's drawn a lot of cards and missed a lot of land drops. That's a pretty absurd draw. This just doesn't matter. I guess they have a Duress. They're gonna get to Duress us anyway, so we just want to like use our spell. That makes sense. Yeah, that was not using Jace's defeat was curious for sure. Anyway, a control mirror. It's pretty sweet. Azcanta confirmed messed up in control mirrors. Yeah, I agreed that not Duressing was kind of strange. We lost to black-red, and we lost to mono green. And we beat Turbo Fog and the mirror. How do we feel about this hand? It's not great. It needs more land drops. So I'm like wishing a Glimmer was an Illumination. I think Turbo Fog's good. I plan on trying it out a bit more. I've had a couple rough leagues with it, though, which makes me nervous. I just wish some of these glimmers were illumination sometimes. I don't know. Do I just have to keep this sort of hand? I think I'm gonna keep this, but like there is a very reasonable chance we just miss land drops and die. We have like a couple pieces of early interaction at least. So even if we do miss a land drop, we can like counter some threats. Something. Whoa, what? What just happened? Did opponent just F6 through their first turn? This is strange. Does anyone understand what's happening? Just Moto things. Just Moto things is what's happening. Okay. Curious. I need to cut one more card. Don't know what the final cut is. It's like Syncopate's worse on the draw. Red doesn't seem that good. Yeah, all my red opponents are just like moving to discard every turn. Can't possibly be good, huh? Daring Buccaneer, Jesus. I could do that, Freed. I could cut like a Glimmer. That's reasonable. So many critters. I guess this turn I'm just Fatal. It's so awkward to use up my 1 mana spell. I kind of need it at some point to like sequence things nicely. Whatever. I honestly have no idea, Sapphire Moon. They have the challenger deck things that seem pretty decent. If you look into finding those, there's like 4 different challenger decks that are intended to help people get into standard. I guess I need to use a counter spell now, rather than cast a removal spell, since otherwise I'm going to be stuck with counter spells in hand against like a fully developed board. But this one I can Ballista down, so I'm letting that one resolve. And I can like kill a 2/2. I don't know, I feel like they're going to cast another crit at post-combat, so I can just like wait. If they don't cast something, then that's probably good for me. Cool. guess I could have cast Ballista on one and held up Essence Scatter, huh? Yeah, apparently we're playing against Pirates, which is a new one. Oh, no, this can block this. This is fine. I can just wait. My 2/2 just gets to block their 1/1s. It's in the pirate code to throw your first game. Oh my god. Apparently so, Nucleo. Apparently so. Yeah, the 2/2 for 1 is the only real upside to Pirates. I think I'm just taking this. Alright, now I'm regretting not trading. I didn't know whether I'd hit my 5th land or not. Guess I just cast my Teferi and plus. Yeah, maybe I'm just meant to trade with this. Like, otherwise I just die to 2 lightning strikes because of this firebrand, right? Maybe I'm just meant to accept this was like a 4 mana terminate and that's fine. Because now I'm like really soft to some burn spells. Alright, I'm just trading now. I just need to find, like, some life gain or something. What am I doing here? Am I just like killing the firebrand and passing? Get my Gearhulk in play. And then like have Disallow up for the rest of the game. After this point. I'm actually going to use the cast down because Fatal Push can kill Karizev. Fatal Push probably kills every creature in their deck by the looks of it, so... I'm on 1. I now have cancel up though. I think we're gonna win this. Now that we have 2 cancels up, we're just like in a very good spot. Yeah, let's just hit for 5 past the turn. Oh, I should actually do the tapping my own lands trick this time, right? It actually matters for once potentially. Oh, did they play a land? They played a land, so I get this other Gearhulk in play now. Oh wait, there's an Essence Scatter in my yard, no Disallows. Ignore me, I don't know how magic works, clearly. You were hoping I'd Hulk. Yeah... It's certainly in my range, I'll say that much. God damn. Do I Contempt my Hulk here? I think I do. Here. Alright. Teferi Emblem Online, I guess. See if this is good enough. Yeah, I think I do just Glimmer, don't I? And I try and find a cycle land. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have played the search. Playing the search is bad. I meant to just, like, look for a cycle land. No, you're both correct. I'm just meant to... How do I know which ones I've targeted? Alright. So I have to choose both, right? So this one and this one. Oh, we had 10 mana? Why did we have 10 mana? Oh, because of the plus. I'm stupid, George. I don't know how magic works. You're right. No, we didn't because we didn't plus. We -8'd. Okay, we can die to a shock here, or a Firebrand. What I should have done, if I hadn't cast the search, finding the Teferi would have got rid of their final mountain. Which would have made this, like, slightly less terrifying, but as it is, we're untapping and winning anyway, because there's no justice. No, I agree, George. I agree that that was best, for sure. Still one, doesn't matter. Okay, we rounded out the league with a 3-2 at least, after a rough start. Yeah, Teferi is certainly a card they chose to design. 15 whole play points.